1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, mark. 1 minute stations, 1 minute until airtime for this live show broadcast. Studios, when you hear, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime, on my mark. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Rice Sports Network. On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, live from Valencia's Tex-Mex garage. Welcome to the Scott Pera Show. In the next hour, Scott Pera will break down the previous week and look ahead to what's next for the Owls on the hardwood. The Scott Pera Show is sponsored by IBEW Local Union 716, where passion plus skill locks arms with value. Now to lead things off along with the coach, here's the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Yes. Welcome back here, the Scott Pera Show at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, 3800 Southwest Freeway. I don't know about you, but I love President's Day traffic. Just cruising on in here. So you Houston folks in charge of all the important stuff, if we could get more of that, we like it here. We've got head coach Scott Pera coming up here in moments. We got a very special presentation on the extravaganza tonight. We have Owls women's basketball coach Lindsay Edmonds on the show. She has brought her crew. And we also have Owls sharpshooter on the women's court, Caitlin Crossthwaite, joining us. Thank you, Caitlin. Appreciate it. Acting like she doesn't hear us. I think she does. Jake Liepert also coming on the show. Jake brought his guys. They know where to get some free grub as well. And then we'll preview UAB and Charlotte. That's coming up this weekend, 6:30 Thursday at UAB and at Charlotte, 3 o'clock. Both those ESPN Plus. Sync me up with those. SyncMyGame.com, Rice House Game Day app, Varsity Network app, and all that good stuff, too. Joined by head coach of our Rice Owls, Scott Pera. Coach P, what is happening?
JP, great to be back. Good to see you. We're going
sir.
down the wire here, right? 2 more of these.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great to see the support Jake brought. You know, it's they love the fajitas at this place, I think. I think it's a crowd pleaser. Cam and Alam came along here to support their man Jake, and great to have him on. Great to have another unique and fun show with Coach Edmonds on the show, and her to talk about what a great job, the great season they're having this year, and Caitlin on it. So just a lot of fun, a lot of good things happening, and I'm excited to do another show with you.
The penultimate show, a Rice word. So our last show coming up next week, again, 7 to 8 right here. We're also on the Owls Facebook and YouTube pages as well. You can look in there, see Coach's pretty mug in there. A lot to get to. Obviously, the emotion of that win, wire to wire against Western Kentucky, and a lot of variables going into that. What did that mean? Getting that win, and I can't ask it another way, but just after what happened Thursday, it seemed to make that win even more special on Saturday, didn't it?
Well, yeah, it was good to bounce back like we did. I was really proud of the guys' response and their sense of urgency to come out and play better to start the game. You know, we had talked about the slow and poor halftime scores that we have had, and there was a big focus there for that quick 36 or 48-hour turnaround. And like I say all the time about these guys, they take what we say to them very much to heart, and they're just a great group of guys that when we tell them something that we're doing poorly, and I kind of looked at, we really sat down and I went through the whole thing with the staff, with everything we do, when we eat, when we warm up, how much time do we do this on this, and how much time are we spending on it? And we kind of changed a whole bunch of stuff to shorten things and make sure they're more energized. Came out 10-0 out of the gate. 17-point lead at halftime, and part of that was thanks to what Jay contributed there in that first half surge at the end. We'll get to that when he's on later. And then wire to wire, right? And if notwithstanding some crazy barrage of three-pointers at the end, we've been able to cruise home, but nothing's easy with this group, JP.
Yeah, was it 4 or 5 threes?
Five threes in the last 2:20 or something. Credit to, Cam's here tonight, and I applauded Cam in front of the team and team film today because he's got one of the hardest jobs in the game, and that's inbounding the ball late when you have to get it in against guys denying you, holding you, fouling you, and not turn the ball over. And he did a tremendous job of using the timeout the one time we needed it, getting the ball in the hands of our free throw shooters without turning the ball over, and our guys knocked down the free throws too. So it was a great win. We needed it. We're fighting like crazy to try and get this bye and finish in these top 5 spots for this conference tournament. And right now, at least we're in a position to be in a position, right, to do that.
Gutty effort by Max Fiedler. He had almost got a triple-double, 2 assists away from a triple-double in the loss to UTSA. But then with the tweaked ankle comes back, and as you and I talked, you didn't know 100% a couple hours before the game.
I didn't know 20%.
Yeah.
When I didn't think he was going to play.
Yeah.
And for him to, and a lot of credit to Jeff Rodriguez, our trainer, who we had on a couple weeks ago. He just did a fabulous job with Max. And Max just, he wasn't going to let me tell him he couldn't. Part of me was kind of hoping the doctor would tell him he couldn't. But the doc, about an hour and a half before the game said, look, I'm not going to say you can't. It's going to be hard. And it may not be the smartest thing. But Max didn't hear anything after, that saying that if he could handle it, he could do it. And then to go out and play 35 minutes and 26 seconds on that ankle, if you'd seen it at noon, you wouldn't have believed it. So it is a lot of respect and a lot of appreciation for what Max did. And the guys, they knew it. They knew he was in pain. They appreciated his, warrior mentality. And he won the jump.
Yeah. Against the 7'5", Jamari Sharp. Yeah.
So, he won. That I don't know how he did it on one leg, but he did it.
Yeah, proving that you can do anything. You put your mind to it, right? Yeah, 12 points for Max. We'll camp out on him a little more. 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Had another 300-point, 200-rebound, 100-assist season. 3rd time he's done that in consecutive years. So he's such a unicorn.
It's a word.
Yeah, so a unique unicorn in at that. He just does stuff nobody does.
I think we've been playing basketball, Rice, for 109 years. And nobody, as of 5 years ago, had ever done 300 points, 200 rebounds, 100 assists in a season. We've now had it happen 4 years in a row, and Max has done it 3 consecutive. Amazing accomplishment. And I also read today, he's the only player in the country averaging 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Mm-hmm. So he's continued to have a fabulous year, and hopefully that will continue.
Not to be overlooked in that Saturday win, Quincy Oliveri had a season-high 34 points. These games are never expected or taken for granted, but you put it, not surprisingly, perfectly after the game. Just the spurtability, just the ability for him to score in bunches. And he had that, one 90-second stretch where he hit 3 threes in a row and then almost hit a 4th there in a row.
It's coaching him is, when you do things with 4 years with kids, Max included, Quincy, the 2 of them, you really kind of get a feel for their game flow, right? When we need to use Max for certain things and what he does well. And then when Quincy gets hot, kind of making sure that we keep, let it go as long as we can let it go till the heat check miss, which eventually will occur, and it happened, the other night. And I let him do those things, and because he has an incredible ability to score a lot of points in a very short amount of time, as much as anybody I've ever coached in that aspect. And the other part of Quincy, though, that was tremendous, he was 12 for 13 from the foul line, and he had 12 rebounds. So it wasn't just about, making jump shots or finishing at the basket. He played a great game, and we needed it, and they were ready to go, and it was a fun win.
A fifth career double-double for Mr. Q. You also, with that W, passed your win total from last season, and we promised during the post-game show we'd elaborate a little more on that. What's that mean? Again, you've always told me, quoting you, after the season we can look back on that, but just in the moment now, what's that mean, accomplishing a feat like that?
Look, it's something we're all aware of, right? I mean, the guys made a point. I kind of broke the post-game talk the other night and went in to grab my stuff to do the media, and they pulled me back. You know, they knew 17 was a number another barrier that we have broken down here in my time here. It's an important number. It's not the end-all, be-all. It's another, hurdle, and hopefully we set that bar a lot higher going into next year, right? But each year that we've been here, we've tied it or bettered it, and we keep growing the program. We keep showing improvement. Hopefully we got a lot left in us this year, like I said, to set that bar even higher going into next year. But no matter what, we got 17. I know that.
Makai Mason earlier this afternoon around the noon hour announced he wins his fourth Conference USA Freshman of the Week award. He had 20 in that Thursday game and finished up the second one with 14 points and knocked down all three of the threes that he attempted. So Makai doing Makai things again. It's not a surprise anymore.
Yeah, no, and he 14 points in 22 minutes. He didn't play his normal minutes. He had some foul trouble, so his baskets were big baskets. He shot a high percentage. He's just been really efficient, for a freshman, taking the right shots and then making, big shots for us at big times. And yeah, no, it wasn't a surprise for me at any point, but I kind of put a high bar with him as I do with the team. I hold these guys to a high standard. I know when we play like we're capable of, we're pretty good. I know Makai, when he plays like he's capable of, he's pretty good. And it's about being consistent and as a team and for him individually as he continues to grow as a player. But been really fun. Really fun to watch his growth and really happy for him. Individual awards are great. I'm happy for all the guys, and they all deserve them, and to do it with a team that's winning is the most important.
Do you think that Thursday loss to UTSA was one of those season-defining type of games because of the way you bounce back?
It's a good question, and I think to be determined on that, maybe. If we can go on the road and beat UAB and beat Charlotte, and then maybe, because you don't know if you beat UTSA, do you beat Western Kentucky? It's just each game is different, and each preparation is its own individual, kind of thing, and it just comes down to the same thing I harp on all the time. Our goal is for our team to play the best we can possibly play. If we do that, I promise you we'll be in the game and have a chance to win. And if we don't, it's going to be really hard because the talent level in this league is as high as it's been in my 9 years. And so every night is just an absolute, really, really challenge.
Another reason that win against Western Kentucky was big, the standings are starting to separate themselves. And with FIU still coming up, you control a lot of your own destiny. How big is it now in that fifth space? Obviously, you want to keep moving up, but just now it's kind of spacing out, isn't it?
Yeah. We that buy is big. It's what we focused on from the beginning of the year. The goal was to get in the top 5 and give ourselves a chance to play 3 in 3 days instead of 4 in 4 days. And we are in a position to be in a position. and that's better than not being in a position to be in a position. So we'll take it. All we care about is Thursday. And again, if we can perform well and beat UAB, then that gets us one step closer to our goal. And that's what we're focused on.
Understand that one NBA slam dunk finalist there, Trey Murphy at practice today, former Al and a New Orleans Pelican. What was that like?
So Quincy, Quincy and Trey are pretty tight, and they talk, I think, every day, multiple times a day. And Quincy told me yesterday he has a surprise for me. But when Quincy says that, you're never sure what it is.
No, buckle up.
Yeah, exactly. And so I had no idea. I didn't even enter my mind that that Trey was in town. And I was standing in the hallway about to enter team film, and Trey is walking down the hallway with some other person. But Trey has his glasses on, hood on, a hat on. I didn't know it was him until he got within 5 feet of me, or whatever. And so it was a great surprise. It was great to see him. He sat in, he walked in, sat in his chair, in his seat in the team film room. Watched film with the guys, and obviously I made sure they knew he was there then at the end, and they all said hi to him. And, to them, especially to the younger guys, it's just kind of all, like this guy was we sat here and watched him almost win this NBA Slam Dunk contest. Now he's in our lounge, right? But that's what it's all about. We say all the time, it's more than basketball. It certainly is. That relationship I have with him is unique and special, and I'm very appreciative of it, and appreciative of him, really giving Rice, a lot of the credit, for where he's at and his level of appreciation for us. And it's a unique and fun thing, and great for our guys. That's the other cool thing.
I saw Quincy over there after he drops 34. I finally saw it on some social media, and then I turned to Q and said, yeah, I'm watching it. Did you have a grade any of his dunks? The only one I saw was when he brought Alvarado out of the stands, and then he threw it off the backboard. You get to
no, so I didn't see that one. I was doing media, and I went back to the office, and I'm kind of just decompressing, right? And Coach Greg, he was hyped. He, NBA, he loves the NBA. And he said, Coach, Trey's on. So he quick grabbed my remote. He put the TV on. I got to see his dunks in the finals, and then I saw McClung's dunks to win it. But, yeah, I got to – and Van and Greg and I were sitting there watching this, and I literally – there's not a lot of things that kind of put me in awe. What James has done, obviously, and being a part of that has been all inspiring over the last 13, 14 years. But to watch Trey in that, it was just incredible. Just thinking back to that young kid that came on campus as a freshman, and to watch what he's grown, the man he's grown into, and now this incredible player. And boy, that really helped his brand too. Being out there and everybody, earning the respect of so many people just by what he's doing on the court as a player and having the fun with the dunk contest. I know that is a lot of street cred as well.
Thanks, Coach.
You got it, JP.
Coach will be back here in just a little bit. Stay tuned more. We have women's head coach Lindsay Edmonds coming up next year. It's the Scott Pera Show at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage. Back in a moment from Learfield.
DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the medical center, the museum district, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the medical center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, it's time to hire IBEW electricians. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times distilled craft vodka at a sturdy 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classics. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these bar-strength cocktails for yourself at the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
Owls fans, you may not think of yourself as an athlete, but everyday life is full of athletic feats. You bend, you reach, you lift, you twist until back, neck, or shoulder pain hits, which brings you to a stop. So whether you're an athlete or not, the Joint Chiropractic can help ease your pain and keep you on the active list. Visit any of our 40-plus Houston area locations or thejoint.com today to get your first consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29. The Joint Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Rice University Athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott Pera Show. Here again, the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Yes, welcome back here at the Scott Pera Show at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, 3800 Southwest Freeway. We'll have Owls sharpshooter Caitlin Crossthwaite join us coming up next segment, and then Owl Jake Liepert, joined now by Owl's second-year coach on the women's hardwood, Lindsay Edmonds. Coach, how are things?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Outstanding. It's weird to me because it seems like 2 years for you. With the timing you came in a way, it seems like more than that, but less. Like, what's the because you're coming in, you're drinking out of a fire hose, obviously, but what's the time been like so far for you?
Yeah, there's still a little bit of a fire hose there. I mean, it's just it's year 2, right? And there's different challenges and different adversities and different things that you face in year 2 that you didn't face in year 1. Year 1 was definitely a whirlwind, but things are still moving really, really fast. Because again, I'm far from being well experienced and just a pro at everything. So I'm far from that. So it's just a little bit of like, man, does it slow down? When does it slow down? But yeah, 2 years went by fast, but also at times, like you said, it hasn't went by fast. So.
Yeah, and recruiting is mostly a 50-week or 48-week thing, so that has to be figured into it too. So tell us, huge win at Western Kentucky. They were won by 18, and I mean, while you're not too far away from the standings, it's not a huge shocker that you actually won, but the way you did it, how gratifying was that, and what went into that W?
Yeah, it was an awesome team win. We dropped one on Thursday and just didn't seem like ourselves. We didn't have a whole lot of energy, and we just talked about like how can we match Western Kentucky's energy, because they play incredibly hard, they play physical, they get after you. Like, we've got to come in from the very get-go and just put our foot on the gas and keep it on and not have those let-ups. And so I think we just came out and we punched first, and we just we kept punching. And I was just really, really proud of our group for responding to the things that we've been talking about since that Thursday loss. Because again, there's quick turnarounds. I mean, you can still be like feeling the woe is me when you lose on Thursdays, and then you're playing a really good team on Saturday, also on the road. And so I thought we just responded really well. And it was about our mental toughness, but it was about our energy and just our fast start.
India Bellamy goes crazy. She had the nerve to actually miss one shot, 11 or 12.
I know. I texted her. I was like, what happened to that one shot?
Come on. No, but amazing. Career high 27 points. Tell us a little bit about her game. And I was talking with Coach about Q. When you see a player like that, I know she did it a little bit of a different way, but you just about, oh my gosh, I'm glad she's on our team, right?
Yes, for sure. India's really came into her own this season. Even when she wasn't starting for us, she was contributing in a lot of different ways. But just really in the month of February, she's just kind of taken off more offensively also. And she has been a post presence that we really, really need. There's been some games that they haven't had a true post defender. And Indy's been able to really take advantage of that and be super aggressive. And even when they're collapsing in on her, then triple teaming, double teaming, now she's able to find out and get Kate wide open shots and get Dom wide open shots and get Ashley Austin wide open shots. And so I think India's presence on the inside has really opened things up for us offensively.
Yeah, speaking of Dominique Innes, Shobi Hayes, and Jazzy Owens, Barrett, the freshmen have really stepped up as of late, I heard. So what's gone into that? Is it a case that they had been playing okay, but then there's a point of the season where you don't feel like a freshman as much anymore. Is that kind of the period they're kind of going into now?
Yeah, I mean, I think those three in particular probably played the most minutes throughout the season. And as the season goes along, you just see them getting more and more comfortable and really hitting their stride of what this team needs for them to do for us to be successful. Jazzy had a breakout game against UAB at their place, and she was great on the defensive end, also on the offensive end. Shelby's played some good games, and Dom's had some games where she's just really shooting the ball well from the three-point line and doing some other things also. So, yeah, I think they're just hitting their stride and understanding more of, okay, yes, I'm a freshman, but I know now what my expectations are, and I know what the team needs out of me.
And you mentioned Ashley Austin earlier. Tell us about her. I mean, leading scorer, but you're so balanced there. You've got 4 scores. What is it on another screen between about 10 and 13 points a game? So figure her in there, but how good is it at that top? But any scorer can go on any different night.
Yeah, I mean, I think our most successful nights, when I look at the score sheet, we have 4 to 5 in double figures, and I think that's what's so great about us. You never really know who's going to be the hot hand, but you know that someone can be. But we've had, like I said, multiple games where we get 4 and 5 into double figures between Ashley Austin, India, DJ, Kate, Malia. Those are the ones, and then you get a Dom or a Jazzy that adds in there from time to time as well. And so I think just our balanced attack and how we're so much deeper this year than what we were last year, body-wise, but also talent-wise. And so that definitely helps out. But Ashley, the same as what I talked about last year, she's just a matchup problem for a lot of people. If she's at the 5, she pulls you out. and she can shoot the three really well. And if she's at the four, she can go down and bang and be physical. And so I think that's just, she brings a toughness. She's a sheer competitor. She hates to lose. But she's just, again, that mismatch that she provides every night is pretty special.
And tell us about Caitlin coming up here. She has her own segment, but sharpshooter. You never can have enough of those on a team. So what she meant here in her fourth year, right?
Yeah. I mean, Kate's great. She is tough, and that's one thing I always know that I can count on is her toughness. And she's not going to back down from any challenge, and people can face guard her, and she'll still find a way to get her shot off. And in tough situations, she never backs down. I'm like, hey, can you shoot these technical free throws? Yeah, I can. Like, hey, we're about to run you off this flare. We need a shot. Okay, yeah, I got you. So I think she's really tough. And she knows she's going to see people's better defenders trying to keep her from getting her shot off, and they still can't stop her from it. So she's a big piece to what we do as well. And if people forget about her and DJ finds her, you pretty much can count. I'm already putting my hand up like that one's going in.
I like it. Tell us about the last 4 games coming up. While, nothing is secure, of course, but they're all big, but just kind of the stretch run here, the last 4 games, the generic sports broadcaster question, what do you have to do here? And I guess 2 at home, 2 on the road coming up.
I think we just keep doing what we've been doing, and that's taking it one day at a time. It's too big to look at. We got 4 games against this team. We just need to focus on a day at a time. Win that day, get prepared for that next game, win that game, take care of home is most important first. We got to take care of home. And we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We got to bring that same energy we brought at Western Kentucky, no matter who we're playing against. Yeah, Western Kentucky was second place in the league, and so I don't know if that got us fired up a little bit more, but we got to have that same intensity, that same focus, no matter who we're playing. And again, if we're focusing on one day at a time, I like our chances to just take care of business and do the things that we need to do.
I can't wait, Coach. I'll be with you in Frisco again. And
awesome.
Let's finish strong. We'll see you over there, okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks
for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Lindsay Edmonds, head coach of our Rice Owls. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Caitlin Crosswaite will join us up next here at the High Table. This is the Scott Pera Show, live from Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage from Learfield.
Come experience the Scott Pera Show, live at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage every Monday at 7 o'clock at the new Greenway location. Enjoy made-from-scratch recipes, giant margaritas, and weekend brunch featuring penny mimosas. Come by for happy hour Monday through Friday, and be sure to sign up for Valencia's Rewards to earn $5 for every $50 spent. Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, from the original family behind Cyclone Anaya's, and home of the Scott Pera Show.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and 0 student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the medical center, the museum district, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the medical center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times distilled craft vodka at a sturdy 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classics. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these bar-strength cocktails for yourself at the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
Live from Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, this is the Scott Pera Show.
Yes. Welcome back to Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage here, 3800 Southwest Freeway. Appreciate everybody for coming out here tonight. One more show coming up next week, 7 until 8 p.m. I don't guarantee the President's Day traffic coming up next week, but would love to have you here for our last one coming up next week. And it's always a special event. Tonight we're featuring the great Rice Owls women's basketball team. We just heard from Coach Edmonds, and now we have senior sharpshooter Caitlin Crossweight.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. Come on, clap for Kayla. Come on. I did not exactly lead into it. I had some tongue twisters going on there. First off, you were educating me on Oklahoma geography during the break, and one of the things I had to ask you, Washington, Oklahoma, to Houston, Texas. Mm-hmm. I know you're used to it by now, but culture shock at the time, how long did it take to get used to the big old city here?
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, wow, I can walk to another building. Like, I live like 10 minutes from like my nearest neighbor. So to be able to walk and like see the grocery store, see a gas station, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, but I've learned walking is a little scary, so I have a little weenie dog to protect me.
Nice.
But yeah.
What is his or her name?
His name is River.
River, okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Did you get River come from Washington, Oklahoma, or did you get River here?
I actually got him here. Yep.
Okay.
Last year, I was just like, I think I'm ready for a dog, and went on a whole bunch of sites and just found him, came across him, and was like, hey, you're the cheapest. Let's go with it. I'm a college kid, but I want a dog, so.
Oh, I'm a sucker for the puppy dog. That is awesome. So when you're on a long road trip, you got a roomie to feed and take him outside, or?
Yeah, I have a few friends.
Okay.
Trinity, we kind of like correlate together. So Travis, Evie will actually watch him sometimes when they play here. So it's been nice.
I'll have to ask Travis next time on the road trip about his babysitting, his dog sitting duties. So Love It here on campus. First off, before we hit the hardwood, tell us this whole Rice experience, how it's been for you, and obviously freshman, things moving fast, I imagine, but you've had some pretty good basketball teams as well with Coach Langley and now Coach Edmonds. So kind of discuss your path since you've gotten here.
No, it's been great. It's been fast. It's not been picture perfect, but every moment has been worth it. I've enjoyed my time since my freshman year. Being on a great team, winning some championships and getting those things like under my belt, and just really learning a lot of things my freshman year. Sophomore year, COVID, was hard. So a lot of adapting no matter what. And then obviously coaching change was a big thing, but I think Coach E just came in and proved herself right off the bat. She has a great resume. She's someone to look up to on and off the floor. So she's been amazing. She's helped me with a lot of confidence in shooting, and she's always trusting me. So, I've loved the experience so far.
So in the category of none of my business, it just kind of dawned on me, your fourth year, but you have the extra year if you want to use it, correct? Mm-hmm. So is that a tough decision when it comes to it? I know academics, we're not expecting any big announcement here, but how tough is that decision and whatnot?
It's back and forth every day. Of course, I've had some injuries, and so I really just want to take some time after season and feel how see how I really feel, and make my decision. I'm trying to figure out some academic things too, just graduating. So it's definitely could happen, but some things gonna have to fall in place, and just making sure I'm the healthiest I can be for whatever comes.
So speaking of kinesiology major, what do you want to do with that, coach, or something totally different than that, or get away from the game, or keep it close to you, or what?
So I don't know. Everybody tells me you should coach, and I'm like, I don't do well with coaching little kids, so that's out of the that's out of the book. But I really want to go to PA school and become a physician's assistant for a sports team. So
awesome.
Kind of putting myself back in the sports environment. Not sure I'm ready to let that completely go just yet, but.
So up there, not to just stereotype you geography-wise, you got Thunder, Cowboys? Are you who are your teams? But I know your generation, I mess with the guys all the time. They follow certain players.
Hate to Oklahoma City Thunder, but I'm not a fan of them. I'm a fan of Russell Westbrook,
Just signed with the Clippers today.
I know. I
There you
saw
go.
that.
So I'm sure you have Oklahoma State fan or OU kind of right there in the juncture?
So my whole family went to OU.
Okay.
And so when I took my visit to Oklahoma State, they were just like, we don't think you look good in orange. So I was like, hey, we got Rice coming up. So, yeah. I mean, I took my visit to Oklahoma as well, and they were just, whatever they thought that I wanted, they were just there to support me. So that was awesome. But, yeah, my whole family went to OU. That's where my parents met. So everything is right there.
So a lot of family history with basketball, I take it?
Yeah, both my parents played. My grandma played 3-on-3. So
in Oklahoma
cool.
Or somewhere else?
In Oklahoma.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that don't know, because they used to think, women can't run up and down the court, they would have the 3-on-3. My dad grew up in North Dakota. He explained it. And they threw it. Offense
or defense. Yep.
So 6 minutes in here, get into the action on the court here. What's this season been like, and the win at Western Kentucky, just the recent stretch for y'all? How is the vibe of the team going?
The season started off strong. We were 10-0, setting some school records and doing those things. And so it was very awesome to start that way. And obviously we had a little slump. But I think we are kind of at our best right now. A lot of girls are very confident. As Coach E said, there's not a consistent leading scorer every single night. There are some girls that can put in some really good points every night that we just need them to. And so I think having more than 2 or 3 girls confident in their scoring is putting us in the best position. And I think that showed at Western.
Mm-hmm. And you're the leading shooter. I mean, obviously some others have similar percentages, but by volume you have the most makes and the most attempts. So always been that's been the number one part of your game, or is that something that's kind of gradually stepped up here, I imagine, too, at Rice?
Yeah, especially my time at Rice. It emphasized my shooting. I mean, I honestly got recruited as a point guard, and so I'm like, it is crazy to see, I'm not the point guard. I mean, we were in a situation where Coach E was like, can you be the point guard? And I was like, Coach, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, if you need me to, I will. But press break, we need that planned out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think Coach Langley instilled a lot of key points into me being a shooter, and then Coach E just came in and took that, and she's gave me so much confidence to be the shooter that I am over the last 2 years.
So speaking of, you set the school record for threes in a game 7, right,
Mm-hmm.
last month against UTSA. Is that one of those where it's hard to describe to mere mortals like me, but being in a zone like that, you're just like, man, I wish I could do that all the time. But
Yeah.
what's that feel like?
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. I honestly didn't know how many I had until I was in the situation with 4 seconds left. Do I shoot this wide open 3 and beat the school record, or do I hold on to it and let's win this game for sure? And I have my position coach shoot it, and I'm like, Coach, we have to win. If I do miss this, I'll be 7 for 15, So that was going through my head 4 seconds left. And so, I mean, I'm glad that I'm just having my name in the record book no matter what. So that's awesome. But, yeah, I wish I could shoot like that every night.
Yeah.
Or I wish I could get that many shots up every night.
Yeah. Well, some of that point guard in you can control some of that, right?
Yep.
But so I asked with Coach, but from a player's perspective, these last 4 games, what do you all need to do down the home stretch? Not only do you want to go up there in the standings, obviously, but be playing your best ball going into the most important time of the season.
Yeah, for sure. I think Western instilled a lot of confidence into us and to a lot of girls to go out there and be like, hey, we're playing our best basketball right before the tournament, so we need to keep this going. We haven't been the greatest first quarter team, and so I think we really showed that in the Western game, and so there should be really no change into these last 4 games. They're really important, and so we have 5 seniors that are really excited for senior night, and so just a lot of energy from that coming up, and then there's going to be some fun in Florida. So
you're going to be one of those recognized coming up?
Yes.
Okay, so can you imagine the emotions? I know it's hard to predict that sort of thing, but what you'll be thinking about senior night?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. My grandma is coming down for the first time, so I'm super excited for her to see me play. She hasn't seen me play in college, and so I'm just so ready for that moment, so ready to go hug her after the game and go hug her with an exciting emotions.
Yeah. And you can show the big buildings. Like, look, Mom.
Yeah.
Look, Grandma, after these 4 years, we have all these big buildings. It's not like Washington, Oklahoma,
I know.
right?
Yeah. And I mean, she's in New Mexico on like a native land. So she is like,
Awesome.
oh, I'm flying to Houston. I'm like, you're getting on an airplane? But hey, I'm excited.
Well, maybe she's watching in on the YouTube or Facebook here tonight. Thank you,
Yes.
Caitlin. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you very much. Caitlin Crosswade of our Rice Owls. Stay tuned. Coming up, we stay on the hardwood on the Owls men's team. Jake Liepert coming up to the high table next. This is the Scott Pera Show live from Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage from Learfield.
DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the medical center, the museum district, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the medical center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Owls fans, you may not think of yourself as an athlete, but everyday life is full of athletic feats. You bend, you reach, you lift, you twist until back, neck, or shoulder pain hits, which brings you to a stop. So whether you're an athlete or not, the Joint Chiropractic can help ease your pain and keep you on the active list. Visit any of our 40-plus Houston area locations or thejoint.com today to get your first consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29. The Joint Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Rice University Athletics.
Come experience the Scott Pera Show, live at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage every Monday at 7 o'clock at the new Greenway location. Enjoy made-from-scratch recipes, giant margaritas, and weekend brunch featuring penny mimosas. Come by for happy hour Monday through Friday, and be sure to sign up for Valencia's Rewards to earn $5 for every $50 spent. Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, from the original family behind Cyclone Anias, and home of the Scott Pera Show.
From the first pitch to the final out.
And the Ole Miss Rebels are your national champions.
We've got your college baseball fix.
Dial in for the latest news and nuggets about the dudes on the diamond from the boys who know it best.
Take a trip around the bases with us, Kyle Schasberger, David Kahn, and Michael Serber as we journey toward Omaha.
We've got the inside scoop, even on raccoons.
My redneck took over, and I just reached down and grabbed it.
Climb aboard by searching College Sports Now.
You've been listening to the Scott Pera Show. Now let's rejoin JP Heath.
Welcome back here on the Scott Pera Show, live at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage. Talking some Owls hoop. Back to the men's side of things, we have Jake Liepert joining us here with Coach Pera. Jake.
Thanks for having me, JP.
Yeah, appreciate it. I first had to ask you, and the reason I wanted to get you on in the post-game show, I guess you kind of had a warm-up for this, that big first half you had, and the punctuator of that play, and then Coach elaborated more lately, and we can get into that in a second. But just that was the perfect punctuator to that half. Just kind of diagram, not play-by-play, of course, but what that play meant to the whole ending of that first half, because you guys were playing your pants on fire, said, in that first half.
Yeah, I think that was an embodiment of, like, the first half as a whole. I mean, the last 4 or 5 games we came out a little slow, so I think, the approach we were having for this game was come out aggressive, let's get an early lead and get things going. So I think that was the perfect ending to us kind of turning things around over these last 4 or 5 games, and taking a new approach and, coming out really strong.
So I told the team this today in our team meeting, in our film session. He was on the floor there at the end of the half, and we were up 9, and we ended up going in the lead up 16. And so, that those last 2 minutes of that first half, to me, kind of put us in a position that would be hard for them to come back. And he made multiple big plays in that stretch, culminated by the one at the end, where we had Mason foul the kid because we weren't in the bonus, and then he kind of helped jump the inbounds pass there so that McKnight bobbled it, and he had a great awareness of the clock to not rush and shoot a crazy shot. He knew he can force 3.5, whatever seconds was. He could get there and make a layup. And that's what older guys do. You had a calm sense about him to go make that play. And that was just one of a couple big plays he made, but that was a real big one.
One of my favorite plays of the season, and with the time it came. So your path's another interesting one. Obviously, most folks know that we don't get a lot of JUCO guys at Rice, but here your third year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, third year.
And with the injury you went through, kind of discuss these last 3 years, not only segueing from JUCO ball, you were JUCO tough, and still are, as we know. We documented in the break, but just coming here in your time here at Rice, as you've seen things escalate on the floor here.
Yeah, no, each year's gotten better and better. I had a little rough patch last year with my knee, so I thought I was making really good strides in the beginning of last year, and unfortunately, I got hurt, and it took most of the off season to recover and get back. And I was able to find my groove this year and find my role. But these last three years have been great, much different than JUCO. JUCO is very unstructured, I would say.
Just a bit.
It's a little bit more survival of the fittest, So it was nice to come here and have somewhere that has some structure and more discipline. And these last 3 years, we've improved every year. 17 wins is a school record here for recently, and just getting better every year.
He's had an interesting journey. Like a lot of the guys all have their own story and their own path, and he is, watching him develop into the leader he's become, for me, has been one of the most enjoyable aspects of his career. Look, I know how bad he wants to do well and play and be an integral part of what we're doing on the floor. But I make sure, and I hope he knows, and I'm telling him now, how integral he is to this program. His maturity as a player and as a person has helped elevate this program. I trust him, and he may not think that all the time because he doesn't play as much as he wants, because everybody wants to play. I get that. But I trust him that he's doing the right things. He's delivering the right messages. He's always worked his tail off every single day to be the best that he can be, and that's what leadership is. And that's what he has, part of his legacy when he leaves here will be with this program. It goes way beyond minutes played and points scored. And I hope you understand that now that you're older. And I want you to know how much I appreciate it, Jake, of what you've done and what you mean to this program.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. That's something I try to embody. There's a lot more to basketball than just scoring the ball, and I think it kind of connects to life as well. I want to be someone who shows up every day, works really hard, leads the young guys, leads by example, and just takes care of my business. So that's something I take pride in for sure.
You certainly are doing it.
You think coaching, or what? I forget your major. What do you want to do?
I'm a cognitive science major, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I probably won't. I got a business minor, so that's probably more likely. But I've thought about coaching maybe in the future. I think that'd be fun. I've kind of got to see from my perspective how to be a leader and how to I guess kind of take more of a coaching role from the player side in the locker room and stuff like that. And it's very interesting to me. Something
time off injured helps with that.
It does.
Perspective, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, time off helps a lot.
When you know you can't play.
Yeah, you see the game from a whole different perspective. Things slow down, and all you want to do is help the guys. So
Quincy's talked about that a lot. In a way, it's made him a better player when he got to look at things through my eyes more than what he did as a player, thinking I'm just on his case all the time for no reason in his mind, And I think when you're injured, you kind of see that other side of it is no wonder coaches, man, our energy's not where it needs to be, or that guy's not, listening to the scouting report, and you're like, okay, I get it.
It becomes a lot more simple. Everything becomes more simple, from the sideline. So yeah.
Yeah. Well. Go ahead.
So if not coaching, what else? I don't want to.
I'm undecided. I wish I could give you a clear answer.
That's perfectly fine.
I wish I could give you a clear answer.
Yeah. So you think you go back to Scottsdale? You think hang around
Possibly,
here?
I could see myself going back to Arizona. I want to venture out a little bit more and see some other places. I could see Arizona, being a place I end up. Maybe to raise a family or go back when I'm older. I think it's perfect for that. But as of now, I kind of want to go venture out and see what else there is in the world. So.
Tell us about the home stretch coming. As I was asking Caitlin there, 4 games to go in the regular season, and then after that, obviously, hopefully a lot more basketball. What do you guys got to do to keep, I'm not saying every game has to be exactly like you did, but just to keep it going like it was?
We need to, piggyback off last game and finish the season, I think, how we started it, really, or started before conference. We had a really good stretch there where I thought we were unbeatable, and then we're starting to get back to that. So if we can finish these next 4 games really strong, it's going to be really important. We're sitting in the 5 seed right now. 4 seed is attainable. So, if we play really well and win out, we can give ourselves a chance to be 4, and if not, we're 5. And it'd be great to have a bye. That'd be great. So that's what we're shooting for.
Man, that's been their focus all year. How about in terms of have you started to reflect it all yet here with?
I have.
Senior day coming up.
I have. It's gone very fast, and I mean in the moment, you know, you're able to soak stuff in, but yeah, right now it's gone very fast. So I've been doing a lot of reflecting recently, and just thinking about my time here.
Yeah, well, the key is, you know, to make the memories, you know, do the best we can and win what we can, you know, so that when you do walk out the doors here, you can, you know, hold your head high knowing how much, you know, you contribute to the legacy and the growth of this program over the last 3 years, and then obviously come back and, you know, help me out, you know, give me your advice from the sideline.
Definitely.
Like the guys like to do when they come back after they, you know, get to sit in the front row there and yell for the guys and come in the locker room after the games. And, you know, that, again, that's what it's all about, like Trey coming today. And that was pretty cool, right?
I didn't notice he was in the lounge until after.
Didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Until
see
I
him.
said something.
Yeah, until you said something. He snuck in.
He sat down next to Reed on the couch. So I didn't know if you guys all knew he was there or not. That's funny.
Hey, thanks, Jake.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You're awesome.
Thanks.
What was Pima's mascot?
The Aztecs.
All right, cool. Former Aztec, former Owl, and then more. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All you do. Thank you very much. Jake Liepert of our Rice Owls. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we'll preview those UAB Blazers and the Charlotte 49ers. Rice head coach Scott Pera Show from Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage from Learfield.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
Come experience the Scott Pera Show, live at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage every Monday at 7 o'clock at the new Greenway location. Enjoy made-from-scratch recipes, giant margaritas, and weekend brunch featuring penny mimosas. Come by for happy hour Monday through Friday, and be sure to sign up for Valencia's Rewards to earn $5 for every $50 spent. Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage, from the original family behind Cyclone Anias, and home of the Scott Pera Show.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archive coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
The true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with life-altering diagnoses. Team Impact pairs these kids with college athletic teams as part of a 2-year program, getting them off the sideline and into the game. The collegiate student-athletes gain a new teammate, a new friend, and a new perspective. For more information, visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact, all in, all together.
Welcome back to the Scott Pera Show. Here again, the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Wrapping up here, the Scott Pera Show at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage. You will want to be here next week for our final edition as we look forward to the last week of the year and the conference tournament after that. But coming up this week, Coach, as you well know, you're at UAB coming up 6:30 on Thursday. I don't like using the term revenge, but just in a sense, you really have a lot to play for coming up Thursday after that last game when they were here, don't you?
Whoa, yeah, that was a rough. That was a rough one. They took us out early, and we didn't respond very well. I watched the tape again today, and it wasn't any better the second time. We weren't ourselves. We missed open shots. We missed layups. They were more physical than us. They outplayed us in every aspect of the game, and obviously, we need to turn that around, and we're more than capable. And We just need to have great couple days of preparation. We have to make sure the guys are rested mentally and physically, and to go out and win at UAB. We're going to play very well. We're excited to play them. This time of the year is an exciting time of the year. Our kids have a great, kind of sense of it and a bounce in their step, and that's all you can ask.
Them getting Jelly Walker back, what difference does he make adding maybe the best player, of course, in the league? It's kind of an easy question, I guess, but.
Yeah, he poses so many problems, right? You have to hope at some point he's just not on, right? You got to make his catches hard. You have to be physical with him. You have to challenge his shots. You got to keep him off the foul line. And then sometimes you just got to hope he misses a couple because he's just a great player. And he has the ball in his hands all the time, too. So it's not like you can just take him away from the ball. But they also, Trey Jameson and Buffin and Gaines, they got a bunch of great players. They're a very good team.
Yeah, Buffin's a huge glue guy for them. He was big in that first game.
Yeah, he really hurt us.
The way they run that 1-3-1, unlike, I don't remember a lot of teams that have run it at all the way they're able to run it with Jemison anchoring it there.
Yeah, they got some got good length, long guys, athletic guys. Coach Kenny does a great job, and it's a big challenge, but it's an exciting challenge. I mean, it's late February, playing for things that matter. That's what it's about.
Let's go, Coach.
That's right.
Let's go. And then we're playing at Charlotte coming up 3:00 on Saturday against. Again, to remind folks, you and Coach Sanchez go back forever and a day.
Yeah, and they're playing well. Their player, Ali Khalifa, just got the Conference USA Player of the Week. Had 2 big games. He's shooting a lot more threes than he was, and he came back from COVID. He missed a game or 2 because of COVID, or an illness. I believe it was COVID. He wasn't, he was out, and he played, these last 2 games out last weekend, played great. Bryce Williams, terrific player. They're well coached. Coach Sanchez does a great job. Another big challenge. But all road games are big challenges, and in this league, all the games are tight. And we got to make sure we pack our defense and pack our toughness and come back here with a win.
See you Wednesday.
JP, looking forward to it.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
See you, buddy.
Head coach of our Rice Owls, Scott Pera. Don't forget the last show coming up next week, 7 to 8, right here at Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage. You can get some great grub out here at Valencia's, fresh-made margaritas, made from scratch recipes, pina mimosas, and brunch specials. Happy hour all day long, 11 to 6 as well. Remember, in everything we give thanks. Thanks to everybody for coming out. Thanks to Coach Lindsay Edmonds for coming out here for Rice Owls women. Caitlin Crosswaite. And already forgot the dog's name. What was the dog's name? River. Thank you very much. Everybody remembered it but me. River stole the show. I didn't even know it. Thanks to Jake Liepert. Thanks to you all for coming out as well. And thanks to you all for listening. Thanks to Ashley and Walter, too. Have a great rest of this night. God bless. Go Owls. Rice fight. We'll talk to you from UAB coming up on Thursday. This has been the Scott Pera Show live from Valencia's Tex-Mex Garage from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, hire the electricians that light up Rice University. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.